Have you ever considered what it truly means, like, to be a writer in this dynamic 21st century?
Hmm.
Is it about specializing, mastering one craft, or is it more like this incredible journey across different mediums, allowing personal stories to find their voice in, well, unexpected ways?
That's a great question. It feels much more fluid now, doesn't it?
Exactly. And today, we're diving into a career that I think beautifully embodies this multifaceted path.
Okay.
Our focus is Sascha Rothchild. She's an American writer whose work spans, well, everything: memoirs, TV shows, feature films, novels.
High range.
And what makes her journey particularly compelling is how she consistently draws from deeply personal experiences, transforming them into stories that somehow resonate really broadly.
That translation is key, isn't it? Taking the personal and making it universal.
Totally. So for this deep dive, our mission is basically to unpack the remarkable breadth of her career. We want to understand how she navigates these transitions, between genres and platforms with what looks like ease.
All right, it looks easy, but I bet it requires incredible skill.
Oh, I'm sure. And we want to see what unique insights we can maybe glean about her distinctive approach to storytelling. We'll trace her path right from reading teenage diary entries on stage
Wow.
to becoming an Emmy-nominated TV producer and now a celebrated novelist.
That's quite the trajectory.
It really is. And to guide us, we're using a single comprehensive source today: her Wikipedia entry. It gives a fantastic, concise overview of her life and her extensive work.
Perfect. A good roadmap for this kind of exploration.
Exactly. So, okay, let's unpack this. When we look at any writer's journey, their early life often holds clues, right, to their later work.
Definitely. Those formative years are crucial.
And with Sascha Rothchild, her background is quite distinct. It almost feels like it foreshadows the unique path she'd take. What details from her upbringing stand out to you as particularly, formative?
Well, she was raised in Miami Beach, Florida, one of 3 siblings, and her family lineage is, quite interesting. Her father, John Rothchild, is a well-known nonfiction writer himself.
Ah, okay. So writing was in the air, so to speak.
Very likely. It places her immediately within a literary environment where the craft of writing, storytelling was probably just part of daily life. And then on her mother's side, Susan Rothchild, the daughter of Charlie Burns.
Charlie Burns. The name rings a bell?
Yeah, he was the founder of the iconic 21 Club in New York.
Oh, wow. Okay, the 21 Club. That's a different world altogether.
Exactly. So you have this connection to a really storied social institution, quite different from the solitary pursuit of writing. It adds another layer, suggesting maybe a familiarity with diverse worlds, diverse narratives.
That's a fascinating mix.
It is. And academically, she went to Boston College, graduated with honors in 1998. Then she moved out to Los Angeles to start her writing career.
So it's this blend then, a literary upbringing, this connection to a sort of vibrant social history, makes for a rich foundation.
Definitely. A really interesting foundation.
And speaking of unconventional paths, her entry into the public eye wasn't like a traditional publishing deal right away.
No, not at all.
It involves something incredibly personal. Her teen diary. Could you tell us more about that? That sounds, well, brave.
It was a truly unique beginning. Sascha was prominently featured reading directly from her own teen diary at the stage show Mortified.
No, Mortified. I know that show, where adults read their embarrassing teenage stuff.
That's the one.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Adults sharing their awkward, hilarious adolescent writings. Her performance there then made its way onto This American Life.
This American Life. Wow. Okay, so big audience.
Huge national audience.
Yeah.
It was on their My Experimental Phase episode. Her specific segment, Miami Vices, was apparently so popular it even got included on their Best of CD, Hope and Fear.
No kidding. Miami Vices.
Yeah. And she later appeared on the This American Life Showtime series, too, in an episode called Growth Spurt.
So this willingness to just put her experimental phase out there, sharing those, intimate, probably cringe-worthy teenage thoughts.
Exactly. It was incredibly brave and a really defining choice, I think. It wasn't about getting published in print first. It was about this raw, authentic connection through shared human experience.
And what's so compelling about that early comfort with vulnerability is how it really seems to have set a precedent for her later work.
Absolutely.
It's like she understood, maybe instinctively, that the most specific personal stuff, if you share it authentically, that's often what hits home universally. How do you see that shaping her approach later on, especially moving between mediums?
Well, I think it's more than just being vulnerable. It's about curating that vulnerability
Yeah.
and translating it.
Right, there's an art to it.
Definitely. With the diary readings, sure, it was raw access to her teenage self, but even then she was performing it. She understood implicitly how to present those private thoughts to get a reaction. Laughter, recognition, empathy.
Making the personal public, but also making it engaging.
Precisely. That early practice is key. It meant she wasn't afraid to dive into the messy, the awkward, maybe even the painful parts of life for her material.
That emotional fearlessness.
Yeah, coupled with this innate comedic timing, it became kind of a signature element of her voice.
Yeah.
It allowed her to connect deeply, whether through a laugh or just that shared understanding of human imperfection. It's a fundamental skill, really.
So that candidness clearly resonated. And it wasn't long before those personal insights turned into a published book, right?
That's right.
Moving from those public diary readings, how did she transition to crafting a full memoir? What did that look like?
Well, her memoir, How to Get Divorced by 30, actually started as an LA Weekly article.
Oh, okay. An article first.
Yeah, where she explored what she called her failed starter marriage.
A starter marriage, right. That term itself is interesting, like a practice run almost.
Kind of, yeah. Often refers to a first marriage, maybe entered into a bit young, maybe without full consideration, that ends relatively quickly. Anyway, this article got a lot of traction.
I bet. It's relatable.
Very. And that initial exploration then pretty naturally spawned the full memoir. Penguin published it in January 2010.
And what's insightful there is the way she did it, right? Taking something potentially painful.
Exactly. Divorce in your 20s?
Mm.
That's tough. But she infused it with her distinctive humor. She didn't shy away from the pain, but she framed it with wit, with relatability, made it engaging, maybe even comforting for readers.
So leveraging personal anecdotes, not just for shock value, but for broader, engaging narratives.
Precisely. Narratives that entertain and resonate.
And it wasn't just the memoir, that thread of exploring human connections, personal challenges. It continued elsewhere, too.
Right. She was also a regular blogger on relationships for Psychology Today magazine and the Huffington Post.
Right. So you see this pattern. Diary readings, articles, memoir, blogging. How did these different platforms kind of shape her voice, do you think, her ability to connect?
I think each platform served as a slightly different training ground. The diary readings, that's about direct, unfiltered emotional delivery. Performance. The LA Weekly article, the blogging, that let her hone her analytical skills, maybe. Dissecting relationship dynamics, packaging insights concisely.
Right, shorter form, more analytical.
Yeah, and the memoir demanded that sustained narrative arc, weaving personal experience into a longer structure, but keeping that comedic edge.
So across all of them, the core is
Honest, often humorous, exploration of personal experience. This constant practice in articulating the nuances of human connection, with that dash of self-deprecating wit, it clearly prepared her for even broader stuff.
like feature films. You mentioned she was writing comedy features, too.
Exactly. Even early on, she was showing that versatile comedic voice, applying that observational humor to fictional characters and scenarios in a completely different format.
It's clear she wasn't just sticking to one thing. She was a storyteller constantly evolving. Which brings us to the big screen, and maybe even more so, the small screen, TV.
Right, where she really made a significant mark.
Moving from memoirs and blogs, she dives into scripted television, contributing to shows like The Carrie Diaries, The Bold Type, huge in France, The Babysitter's Club. That's a huge shift, isn't it?
It's a massive leap.
From being the individual writer to being part of a collaborative TV production. What does that even entail?
It's a totally different world. You go from the singular vision of a memoir or blog to the highly collaborative, often high-pressure environment of a writer's room.
Yeah.
But the pivotal point in this transition for her was definitely her role on the Netflix series GLOW.
Ah, GLOW. Great show.
Fantastic show. And this wasn't just another writing credit. She served as a co-executive producer and writer for seasons 1, 2, and 3.
Co-executive producer. Okay, so what does that mean in practice on a show like GLOW?
It means being deeply involved in the writer's room, helping break stories for entire seasons, not just single episodes, contributing to character arcs, themes, maintaining the show's tone and voice.
So much more than just writing lines. It's shaping the whole thing.
Absolutely. Collaborating to build this evolving multi-character world. Navigating production realities. Making tough creative calls. It requires a different kind of storytelling muscle, moving from personal reflection to complex multi-character serialization.
And managing people, too, presumably.
Yeah, potentially mentoring other writers.
Yeah.
Her ability to translate her sharp often humorous insights into that diverse ensemble cast within the very specific world of 80s women's wrestling. It really shows her versatility.
And the industry definitely noticed. Her work on GLOW got serious recognition.
It certainly did.
She was nominated for an Emmy, a Golden Globe, a Writers Guild Award, and a Producers Guild Award. These aren't just about individual episodes, are they? What do these nods signify?
No, absolutely not. These nominations, spanning both writing and producing, they really underscore a remarkable breadth of talent. An Emmy nod for writing. That means her individual scripts stood out.
Wow.
A Golden Globe nomination reflects the show's overall quality, which she clearly helped shape. But the Writers Guild, and especially the Producers Guild Award nominations, they speak volumes about her holistic impact.
How so? The Producers Guild one specifically.
Well, the PGA Award is about the entire creative output of the producing team. It acknowledges her hand in guiding the show from concept right through to the final cut, ensuring artistic integrity, execution across multiple seasons.
So it highlights her leadership, not just her writing.
Exactly. Her ability to not only craft compelling narratives, but also to lead and collaborate within that large, complex production environment. It proves she's a creative leader, delivering critically acclaimed, entertaining TV, a mastery not just of words, but of the whole television storytelling ecosystem.
Wow, okay, so after successfully navigating TV and film, her journey takes another fascinating turn, a debut novel.
Right. Adding yet another string to her bow.
In 2022, she released Blood Sugar. Moving from the collaborative world of TV back to the singular vision of a novel, especially fiction, after being so rooted in personal narrative, that feels like a big shift again.
It is a significant shift. Her debut novel, Blood Sugar, published by Putnam in April 2022. It marks another huge milestone, moving into fiction with a full-length, standalone work. It's a different beast entirely.
How so? What creative muscles do you think she had to flex differently for this?
Well, when you're writing a novel, you're the architect of the whole world, right? The characters, their history, the internal logic, often without that immediate feedback loop of a writer's room or the direct autobiographical material of a memoir.
Total blank page, in a way.
In a way, yes. However, all those previous experiences would have been incredibly valuable, I think.
How might they have helped with fiction?
Well, that early comfort with vulnerability, exploring difficult emotions, that translates into creating complex, believable characters. Her years in comedy and personal essays honed her ability for sharp dialogue, injecting humor even into dark situations.
And the TV experience.
From television, she would have learned so much about pacing, building suspense over a long arc, developing character journeys across essentially many episodes within the novel structure.
Makes sense. And Blood Sugar itself, what kind of novel is it?
It's described as a darkly humorous thriller.
Ah, okay. That sounds perfectly aligned with her voice, blending the serious and the absurd.
Exactly. It feels like a natural, if challenging, evolution. It shows her capacity to immerse herself in a purely imagined world while still drawing on that rich toolkit she built up over years in other mediums.
It really is incredible when you just recap the range. From those raw teenage diary entries on This American Life, to a funny, relatable memoir about divorce, to producing and writing a hit series like GLOW, critically acclaimed, and now a debut novel bringing a fictional world to life.
It's quite an arc.
It is. But there's a consistency there too, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. I think what connects all these seemingly disparate projects is a consistent, powerful voice. Sascha Rothchild's career isn't just a list of varied projects. It's really a testament to the power of a distinct observational voice and the art of translating personal insight into compelling stories, whatever the medium.
That willingness to explore the messy, the funny, the challenging parts of life.
That's the thread. It runs through everything. And it raises an important question, I think. What kind of unique stories get unleashed when a writer truly embraces every facet of their experience, no matter how personal or unconventional, and then fearlessly translates them across different forms?
Yeah. Her journey really shows that authentic storytelling can transcend genre.
It really does.
Her story definitely makes you wonder, what personal nuggets in your own life, maybe things that feel too vulnerable or too specific, might hold the seed for your next great story or creative project?
It's a powerful thought.
Her career kind of reminds us that sometimes the most specific personal narratives, when handled with honesty and craft, those are the ones that end up resonating most universally.
Well said.
So we definitely encourage you, the listener, to explore her works, whether it's her insightful memoir, How to Get Divorced by 30, or her darkly humorous novel, Blood Sugar, Or maybe check out her acclaimed work on GLOW just to appreciate the full scope of her talent.
Yeah, absolutely worth exploring. She's a fascinating example of a modern storyteller.